All right, so for this video, I want to talk to you guys about Bucci Bear again because things have gotten worse since my last video where I talked about how he's representing himself as a jiu-jitsu world champion. He's a world-class black belt.
You're a world-class black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Of me as a jiu-jitsu black belt world champion, but I'm a black belt. I've won world championships.
And so what Brandon has done is he's been gallivanting around town telling everyone that he's a world-class jiu-jitsu champion when in fact he's never even come close to competing at the highest level at all. So I had a huge problem with that. So I made the video and boy, did he ever crash out. I've never seen anything like this before. He's talking about suing me. He's talking about beating everybody up. He's calling fades. He's ducking fades. I mean, this is it's going to be a crazy episode.
I could sue him. I need at least 100,000. And I need his YouTube channel shut down.
So the reason Bucci Bear wants to sue me is because a lot of people enjoyed the video and they reacted to it and they joined in on the fun.
Just my lineage as far as jiu-jitsu is concerned, I can't be afraid of you. Who are you?
Right.
Like, now, even if you pull out a gun, like, who are you? Like, bro, I didn't been to war for my squad. Like,
talk
no.
about it.
So people were really enjoying the silliness aspect of this Bucci belt Brandon, and Brandon wants to be respected. He wants everyone to think that he is very fearsome and they want to be afraid. He wants them to be afraid of him. He wants to use his martial arts as a bullying tool. And this is pretty much, so he's pretty much the Steven Seagal of podcasting at this point. Really.
I'm going to take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
So what ends up happening next is Brandon starts calling out anyone who is engaged in any sort of laughter against him at his expense, starts calling them out for an MMA fight. This is crazy.
So if y'all want to go a couple rounds, whatever you know versus whatever I know, inbox me. I'll give you 3 rounds of 3 minutes. We do an MMA style. And if that's what if you feel.
So as you can see, Brandon is developing some sort of psychosis. I believe he is very narcissistic. He doesn't understand. So at this point, he doesn't understand that he's a giant lol cow at this point. His whole job from here on out is to be laughed at on all internet.
What?
He's just a goof now. And so, but he doesn't understand that at this point that you're seeing, he doesn't fully get it yet. And so he's calling people out for fades, and this just caused people to laugh at him even more. And they're doing podcasts in karate outfits. They're doing jiu-jitsu style podcasting now. I mean, look at this shit. Look at how people are mocking Brandon's fake achievements now that he's been exposed.
The Kung Fu Potato! Told you no swords, bro. Nigga, they want to go serious. Hey. Oh, we in the dojo. Huh? We in the dojo. Fuck that nigga Brandon, nigga. Close. Oh, shit. Come on, bro. Fat ass up.
So as you're witnessing here, Brandon has been the source of ridicule and laughter ever since my video came out. I mean, this video is causing problems for Brandon. And so now he wants to sue me for defamation.
What? A lot of my friends who do jiu-jitsu, who are actually lawyers, they're telling me you should go sue Point and Shoot because he's slandering you and what he's doing could have an adverse impact on your livelihood, right? Saying I'm a fake black belt. I didn't earn my black belt. I never competed internationally.
Okay, so he says that I accused him of having a fake black belt, which I literally say in the video that he has a black belt, but that it doesn't mean anything. Black belt barely even means anything anymore, basically. You're like the world's okayest grappler.
What?
You're not very good, okay? You put in the time to be a black belt, you got your black belt, that's fine. But to call yourself a world-class champion, that's what I got a huge problem with that. I'm sorry. Now, this is where it starts to get kind of crazy because Brandon actually did a lot of this to himself. A lot of the fake black belt talk, this came from him. I never said he had a fake black belt.
Saying I'm a fake black belt. I didn't earn my black belt.
You put in the time to be a black belt, you got your black belt, that's fine. So just take a second and imagine how sick and disturbed someone would have to be to make up a lie that accuses someone else of lying. I mean, really, it's just, it hurts my mind to think about how stupid this guy is. So Brandon responds to my video with this. This is his thumbnail. It says, Point and Shoot accuses me of being a fake black belt, which I never did. That's a lie. So his whole response is based on a lie, accusing me of lying. Isn't that something? Like I said, very, very disturbing for a grown man of 40 years old to be behaving like this and to have such a childlike mind. To think that he can get away with lies and he can trick his own audience. His audience wasn't buying it. His audience knew exactly what my video was about. They were commenting, no, it wasn't about a fake black belt. It was about being a fake world champion. Anyone who watched my video knows that that is an unmistakable fact of what the video is about. So this comment was actually deleted, by the way. He's deleting comments and talking about suing people in this. I mean, this guy is really, really stupid. And not only is he stupid, but he's replying to other comments defending my video, saying that it was accurate and proper.
What? Now you're getting into legal stuff because say there's people who train with me or potentially were going to train with me who are like, we're not training with him anymore because this guy said he's lying about all this stuff. You could impact somebody's livelihood.
So because my video was so accurate and so good, Brandon had to make up a lie and put words in my mouth and then threaten legal action based on that lie. That's pretty crazy. And I think it's important that people understand that I reached out to Brandon and got all the information from the video from Brandon himself. So what the fuck is he talking about?
Not have lined yourself up for a damn lawsuit. I basically got this guy by the balls right now because I could sue him. Hey, this guy's hurting my livelihood. I need at least 100,000 and I need his YouTube channel shut down because he made me lose $50,000 because he lied. He told a malicious lie based on, it had no basis in truth, a baseless argument. And now I'm losing business. I could end point and shoot right now today if I wanted to. He made up a lie. And you guys bid it. Hook, line, and sinker. Let me play
So,
this.
like I said, I reached out to him directly because I wanted to be accurate. I didn't want to be malicious. I didn't want to make up any lies. I wanted to get the information from him so that I could be, like I said, accurate. And the things he was saying were so stupid and so frighteningly idiotic that I've got to share them. So he says that I'm lying about him. Well, now I got to share the DMs. I usually don't do this, but because I'm being accused of lying and getting threatened with legal action, I feel like I have to just like throw this out there and just provide this evidence. And so this is what I want to show you. So I said, what makes you a world-class black belt jiu-jitsu guy? And this is what he said. I'm world-class because I fought world-class competition. That's what he says. And I said, oh yeah, you fought him. All right. What? I kind of have a problem with jiu-jitsu people saying I fought so-and-so. Because they're not fighting, they're doing jiu-jitsu, they're competing. It should always be, I competed against so-and-so. Does that make sense? I don't need people to say, oh, I'm a fighter, when all you do is do these fancy wrestling moves in these robes. It's not the same thing. And so Brandon's always saying, I fought him. You didn't fight. You gently wrestled another man to the ground where he wrapped his legs around your waist and started squeezing you with his thighs, and then you guys struggled for a bit. And then you rolled around and you guys were barefoot the whole time, and the ref announces the winner at the end, and that's the sport. This is their sport. Okay? This is how they compete with one another, but it ain't fighting. And I'm sorry, but taking another man to the ground is crazy. What? Just saying. So, so I asked him these questions. I was like, how long did it take you to get to black belt? And do you want to know what he told me? He said he got to black belt in 6 years, which turned out to be a lie.
What?
For sure, yeah.
A black belt.
I mean, you said you did it for 9 years to get your black belt, right?
Yes, and so they're saying people are getting fast-tracked in like 5, 6 years, 4 years.
If you're competing a lot.
Wow. So he said, yes, 9 years. So why would he say that? Why would he lie? And he sits there and he goes, wait a second. I told everyone I got it in 7 years. Oh, fuck. And so he corrects himself. Watch this.
The business.
If they're competing a lot, can't you get it faster?
If you're competing a lot and winning, you can accelerate your actually, I got my belt in 7 years, not 9. But if you're competing a lot.
Oh, so why do you need to stick your finger in your eye and start digging in your eye as you're telling this lie? What? That's really, really weird. Very childlike behavior, I think, too.
But actually, I got my belt in 7 years, not 9.
So Brandon was nervous as fuck when he was talking about how long it took him to get his black belt. We've seen this move where they gouge themselves in the eye. We saw this with young Anthony Hefe.
This though, we ain't gonna let that linger on. I'm from 83rd Street, bro.
So Brandon gently gouges himself in the eye as he corrects his lie because he knows that I'm out there. He knows that I'm watching. So he's like, oh, fuck, I don't want to go through that again. And Lush is onto him, too. Lush is like, what did he say? Nah, fool, like, to say that you got it in 9 years and then you turn around and say you got it in 7, that shit's out of pocket, homie. Straight the fuck up. What? So people have stopped caring about his belt because of me. I've actually ruined his entire career. His life is over because of me, because of the truths that I've spread against him. But yeah, so he is actually, no one cares about, you know what's funny is that he doesn't even care about the belt. He doesn't even care about the belt. He told me that he was beating black belts like him. He was beating black belts when he was a blue belt. And for those who don't know, a blue belt is the first promotion up from beginner level white belt. So he just got his first belt promotion and he's already beating world-class champion black belts. That's insane. Brandon told me that the belt doesn't matter. Why would he say that? So if I say the belt doesn't matter, then it's a problem. But if he says it, then it's a world-class statement of truth. So I've got a huge issue with Brandon sort of being so stupid that he can't understand how much he's lied. We've heard it 1,000 times out of his mouth. He said, I'm a black belt. I could beat the fuck out of anyone in this fucking room. We've heard him say these things. But if a blue belt can beat him, then it doesn't matter what color his belt is. He shouldn't be saying, no black belt talks like this, by the way. I just want to throw that in there too. So it's like the belt doesn't matter. But when I say the belt doesn't matter, then it's defamation of character. Then he wants to sue me. And so this belt is what he's been propping himself up with, is this stupid ass fucking belt that he purchased. He didn't earn this belt. He just paid and showed up. And this belt was his only interest in the sport. He just wanted to know how long it takes to get to this belt. How much does it cost to get to that belt? He wants to know how much it costs and how long.
He shows me the belt systems, how long it takes to get to this belt. You know, I'm already like, I ain't about to pay you for 4 years for no purple belt.
Now, I do want to be fair here, and I want to say that I've seen every piece of video that Brandon is on the internet doing his jiu-jitsu. I've seen all of his competition footage. I've seen everything available online, and I'll say that he is actually the worst jiu-jitsu guys I've ever seen. Number one, the worst. He's fat. He's not quick. He's not fast. He's not flexible. He can't do anything. All he can do. So when Brandon does jiu-jitsu, all he does is get on top of someone and just use his weight advantage and crush them and hurt them. And there's no technique involved. He is the worst ever that I've seen. And I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of jiu-jitsu over the years. And he is by far number one, the worst that I've ever seen. I would go as far as to say that he is at white belt level. What? Not kidding. That's exactly where he's at. He's a white belt. I mean, he might know a lot of stuff about jiu-jitsu and how it works and stuff, but he can't physically do it because of the nature of his body. I mean, if you notice every single photo, every single piece of video that you see with Brandon and other jiu-jitsu guys, he is the only, if there's 10 people in the photo and he's one of them, 9 of them are skinny as fuck and shredded, and then there's him. Brandon, the 5'2", 500-pound jiu-jitsu world champ. I mean, this is insane. For me to even say those words, world-class champion. He's a fucking, I mean, how do you can't even do jiu-jitsu with Brandon because he doesn't have a neck. That's another thing. His body has shielded him from submissions. No one can get there. There's no neck. There's literally no neck. I mean, really, this is a huge advantage. You can't put him in a headlock. So, I mean, I guess, does that make him better at the sport because his anatomy is so fucked up? It's very, very stupid. And I want to say that having a non-neck in a real-world fight doesn't matter because no one is really depending on submitting you. They could just punch him in the face, which he has no training against. We've seen that in the No Jumper video where he got slid out his shoes. So Brandon's a goof, and I want to show you some examples of how goofy Brandon's jiu-jitsu is and how unskilled he is. And this takes us to one of his proudest wins, one of his biggest matches that he sent me this, by the way. He sent me this as proof. It's like, look at how big of a win this was. And I'll explain why he thought this was such a big win. And it's because the person he beat was a brown belt and he was a blue belt, but he weighed 150 pounds more than his opponent. 150 pounds more. Do you know how much that weighs? Do you know how much 150 pounds weighs? So, and I want to show you this. Look at Brandon just lay on top of him the whole match. He does nothing. He attempts nothing. He can't do anything because he sucks. And the guy on the bottom is like, how am I supposed to get a triangle if he has no neck? He's got no fucking neck, and he keeps crushing my ribs and my spines. Look at this.
Vitor on the bottom. No points so far, but Vitor had a couple submission attempts. I'm not too sure if the referees are going to gauge that. I know that they favor submission attempts a little more so than regular points. So
this is insanely boring already. This is stalling. This is just using his weight advantage against a much smaller opponent. This is cheap.
Right now he's got 1:45 seconds to do so. Tons of pressure from the top. This is must be a super frustrating position to be in. Brandon continuing to try to pass.
Brandon is gassed. He's panting for air. He's on top. He's controlling this match, apparently, from what he wants to think. He thinks he's dominating. He hasn't even attempted anything. The only thing he's attempted is nothing. Does that make sense? He's just laying on top of him. I've never seen jiu-jitsu performed at such a low level. Look at this.
And ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of this match?
Well, but now he got himself caught in that,
So the judges are saying Vitor's trying things that are very risky, and so he's taking. So the guy on bottom's taking risks. He's attempting things that are very difficult, and Brandon has done nothing. Let's continue watching.
Let's see what the referees. Decide.
Yeah, you gotta.
So 0 points were scored, and this is one of Brandon's biggest, most proudest. He sent this to me again. He sent this to me as like, look what I did. He scored 0 points. He did nothing on the mat. And I want to show you guys his reaction to how proud of himself he is for this. Look at this.
Yeah.
And it looks like.
Yeah, 2 reds against 1 blue. So they got the positioning.
Now listen to the judges shit on the whole match and be like, this was fucking stupid. This guy didn't even do anything and he's being rewarded. Look at this.
Opportunity, got the positioning, didn't really do any damage as far as submissions, but
I think he controlled. I mean, even though Vitor had the 2 submission attempts, I think it's safe to say Brandon controlled the whole match. You know what I mean? Like he dictated where things were outside of those 2 submission attempts, but
exactly, yeah. Which actually they weren't really.
They were locked.
Yeah, he's physically way bigger than the other kid.
Like when he tried the triangle, it was on, but it wasn't closed.
It was more like a close guard.
Yeah.
Than actually like a triangle or something.
Yes.
That's good. It's gonna be interesting now.
So these two are obviously being paid by the event not to shit on it and be like, I have no idea what I just watched. Why didn't the guy that tried 2 submissions against a much larger opponent, why didn't he get rewarded? Why is the fat one jumping up and down screaming for like getting given something? I mean, this whole match was stupid as fuck, and Brandon should be ashamed of himself for having performed so shittily. I don't care what belt doesn't matter. Belt doesn't matter. If he's a blue belt and the other guy's a brown belt, doesn't matter. Blue belts can beat black belts. It does not matter. So this was highly stupid, and I want to point out that this Brandon was probably so excited because this tournament gives out belts. It advertises, sign up for this tournament and you'll get a big shiny belt that means nothing, a big plastic stupid belt. And there's participation trophies as well. Everyone leaves with something. Everyone leaves with a gift bag at this tournament, this world-class tournament. Now, I do want to point this next part out. This is interesting to me anyways. This is the gym that he says that he's competing out of at this tournament. He lists the Jiu-Jitsu League as his gym, but he's been going around telling everyone around town on No Jumper that he trained under the Menendez brothers.
Guy and Rafa Mendez at the #1 jiu-jitsu school in the world, Art of Jiu-Jitsu. So you're saying, so you're disrespecting them by saying that they're selling belts. And they said you're a liar. You never.
So Brandon says that if you criticize Brandon, then you're criticizing the Mendez brothers too. That's what Brandon's saying. He's shielding himself. He's like using the Mendez brothers' success as his own. But if you do the research and you look back at what he's actually been doing, he was training and competing out of a family self-defense class. What? The #1 objective of of all these places is to get people to bring their money in and learn jiu-jitsu. It's not this competitive, like we're going to select someone that we think is great. Brandon thinks that he was like chosen or something. Brandon thinks that people saw something in him and wanted him. They recruited him or something. I mean, what a goof. What a stupid individual. And no cauliflower ear either. I mean, how do you not have, if you're a world-class jiu-jitsu guy with, and I'll tell you why there's no cauliflower ears, because there's no grappling, there's no jiu-jitsu. He's there. I mean, it's him laying on top of someone for the entire match. And if he doesn't lay on top of them, he loses. It's simple. So I'm glad we were able to go over that and just get through that so we can get to this next part, because I want to start getting into some stuff here. So Brandon got exposed in my video, and like I said, a lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people were congratulating me on my efforts.
Have you ever seen somebody get exposed in such a manner where a nigga literally peel back every layer of what you say and stand on and prove it to be fraudulent?
That is not what that video did at all. For the record, we're going to keep watching this. I don't know why you're taking your headphones off, but for the record, that video in no way like invalidated Brandon's black belt.
No, it doesn't invalidate his black belt, but
it showed you that some people have black belts that are of questionable origin.
Well, I mean, like,
so this cuck is discussing me without saying my name because he's scared. He's afraid to say my name, so he just discusses my. So my work is so influential to this cuck that he has to cover it on his flagship podcast on his channel with 4 million people subscribed, allegedly. That's kind of crazy. I mean, they say the 16 says all the time that he has the #1 podcast on the West Coast. So that's crazy that I am influencing the #1 hip hop podcast on the West Coast. That's pretty cool.
I'm sorry, Sensei LaBubu.
That nigga said,
I crush your feelings.
anybody want to challenge me?
I welcome anybody on Saturdays and Sundays. Come down to my dojo.
So I make a video about jiu-jitsu stolen valor, a topic that was never discussed on No Jumper, but I'm constantly told that, oh, if you can't make videos unless it's on No Jumper, you steal their content. Well, seems like I'm providing a lot of content for them because they didn't. I mean, this is all because of me. This isn't because of them and I'm reacting to it. They're reacting to me. So I need people to understand this. So I'm just glad that we can cover this finally, but I want to go into some Jumby, some war chief stuff, because this war chief guy is Brandon's #1 enemy, and I'll explain why. So Brandon was coping one day to all of the things I said about him. He was doing a live stream and he was allowing people from the audience to call in. And Jumby War Chief calls in, and this guy's an MMA guy, former professional MMA fighter. He does kicks, he does punches, he flies through the air.
Oh, that's why. Kick again. That's why. And a knee. Chris Cully. He's trying to finish it. He's trying to finish it.
He gets bloodied. You know, everyone gets all bloody in that cage. This is what he does. He doesn't roll around in his pajamas on a mat. That's what Brandon wants to do all the time. But so this is what happens. So Jumby becomes aware of my video, and then he becomes aware of where Brandon can be found on the internet, and he goes to his channel, he calls into his show, and he starts letting Brandon have it. And I want to show you this. Look at this.
But you're speaking.
I'm speaking of stolen valor in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Listen, man.
You never competed ADCC. You never competed pro as a black belt. You've never beaten any good black belt.
Are you gonna keep?
Are you got your belt probably from the San Diego Weirdos, Manolo Hurricane Hernandez, and all that.
Are you just gonna keep rambling?
Bro.
Are you just
I want you to quit lying to the people.
So let's set up the jiu-jitsu match.
A jiu-jitsu match?
And you'll never be at jiu-jitsu.
Hey, come to my gym, put everything on. We do MMA.
Tell me the time in the day.
You can do
jiu-jitsu. Tell me the time in the day.
You can do jiu-jitsu.
Tell me the time in the day.
Go on my
Instagram. The time in the
I
day.
left my Instagram in the chat.
Tell me, no. I want you to tell me the day and time right now.
And Brandon's just talking over him, just repeating himself over and over again like a child. And this is someone who fancies himself an intellectual debater. Someone who's always calm, cool, collected, doesn't let his emotions take over in an argument, is extremely disciplined. Listen to this.
You can do jiu-jitsu.
Tell me the time in the day.
You can do jiu-jitsu.
Tell me the time in the day.
Tell me the time in the
so
day.
Jumby says that Brandon is a goof and that he's reviewed all of his footage. And Jumby says that Brandon is legitimately not a black belt at all. And Brandon takes offense to this. And so they set up a match, an MMA match. And Brandon wanted this. Brandon was the one. This was Brandon's idea. And so what you're going to see next is you're going to see footage of Brandon going to meet Jumby for this match. And he chickens out.
What? You said you set it up. No, you said you could go open up the key to a gym. I'll go with you.
Where my gym is at, we can't do this like that.
And mine is right here. Come on. This nigga's a pussy.
No, you're a pussy.
You're a fat pussy. Hey, I'm sorry to waste y'all time. Y'all hungry?
Nah, you wait.
Hey, Viral. Just because you came all the way out here, you want some pepper pot?
Your friend wasted time lying about what he has. We've been talking about this for 5 days. You could have been at any gym in LA. He said he had CMMA. He said he had Black House. He said, I said, let's line it up. This dude freaking said, come on.
And you said catch the fade tonight, so I put the joint down and fucking wrapped up.
Nah, you didn't put anything down. You didn't put anything down.
Hey, look.
You a bitch. You a bitch.
Hey, wrap this shit up.
So what Brandon's crying about is that he says that he was under the impression that this would be a large, professional, huge gym, when there's no way he could have thought that, because he was given a residential address to show up to do this. As soon as he gets the address, he should go, wait, this isn't a gym. This is someone's garage. Why would I go there? But he did. And it was after the fact. It was after he showed up that he decided to chicken out. And it wasn't because of the conditions of the gym. It was because of the fear in his heart. He knew that he was going to get fucking beat up. So he's sweating like a fuck. I mean, look at his sweat. Look at the patterns of sweat on his clothes. He's nervous.
What's up? See. I want to get your heart, man. No. I'm smoking niggas. Oh, you want to smoke? I'm smoking niggas. Anybody ever call me a faggot?
So he wasn't sweating like this a couple minutes ago. All he's been doing is standing around, and this is how you know it's nerves. We just saw him standing around dry as a bone. Now he's sweating his ass literally off. What? Look at the seat of his shorts. It's covered in sweat from doing absolutely nothing. Could you imagine what it would be like for his wife to have to deal with this when they're doing sex with one another in bed? He crawls into bed like this. He crawls into bed. The seat of his pants are just sopped in sweat and fecal material, and he's not even worked up yet. He hasn't even done anything yet, and he's just completely disgusting. So when they start getting busy, imagine the amount of sweat that's just raining down on his wife, the slimy sweat with the poop mixed in. That's gross.
Like I call this. No, you're a faggot. One, he would have get something back. I'll go to whatever fucking gym this posing ass. Come on, man, watch out, bro. What's up, cuz? Oh, now see, the washing machine, the refrigerator, the tea. This is not this way. There's too many gyms in SoCal for us to be fighting in this nigga garage. We got concrete floors. We in somebody. No jumper was concrete floors. Nigga said that he got.
It's ultimately gonna be on the fighter. I can't call it. When the nigga tell you his garage, I don't think.
Bro, this ain't even nothing.
You expect that nigga to have a whole ring in his.
So why does Brandon talk about how jiu-jitsu is the best thing to ever know in a fight situation when you can't use it unless you're not on concrete? What? It's got a concrete floor. I can't fucking do. Well, why can't you do that? I thought that jiu-jitsu meant you can beat anyone up anytime, anywhere. What would you do if this was a real fight? And this is kind of a real fight. This is a grudge fight. Where do you fight someone without jiu-jitsu? Where do you just stand up and throw blows with someone? Is it okay if the floor is not concrete? This is highly stupid. And Jumby is doing everything and anything he can to make that. He's trying to provoke this fight so they can get it underway, because Jumby's not scared. Brandon is. Jumby is like borderline physically harassing Brandon. He's twisting his nipples. He's slapping him around. He's calling him names. He's like, for the love of God, let's just fucking fight. And Brandon won't do it because there's concrete. And another thing, Brandon doesn't roll around and do jiu-jitsu. He lays on top of the guy. So if anyone should be concerned about concrete, it should be Jumby, not this doughy fucking, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So I just hope this is all making sense for you guys. So yeah, so this is what happens. So I make this video and it gets the attention of these guys, and then they call Brandon out, and then Brandon embarrasses himself, and then his career gets further ruined, and it's all directly as a result of point and shoot. So I just want to point that out really quick. And so Brandon got the hell out of there. Brandon was so scared, he screeched his tires to get out of there to safety, and he was gone. And the 16 of Nashua criticized him for this, like many others. And this New Hampshire cuck made this Instagram post saying that that Brandon turned this down and that he was very disappointed in him. And so Brandon goes on to it goes into full cope on the next No Jumper News and starts talking about, I'll do MMA with him, but first we have to do jiu-jitsu which is stupid.
You can't punch at all.
No time limit, submission only.
Okay.
No, you can't hit him on the floor.
If bro wanna throw on the gloves and we gonna go.
So what Brandon's saying is he wants to change the terms and he wants to do 2 different matches. He wants to do submission only where you can't punch, you can't kick. You can only do what Brandon knows how to do. And then after that, they'll do the MMA stuff where you can punch and kick and do everything that Brandon knows how to do. And so it's the same thing. It's an MMA match, but first they're going to do jiu-jitsu only because that's what Brandon likes to do. And what Brandon was going to do is he was going to break the guy's arm in a Kimura or something, or, you know, hyperextend the guy's knee in a knee bar, or do something crazy to where there would be no MMA match. Jumby wouldn't be able to fight if his arm is dangling by the joint. You know what I mean? So this is what Brandon was going to do. This is what he was planning. He was like, I'm going to fucking destroy his I'm going to fucking snap his fucking leg. And this is what Brandon's plan was. He was going to disqualify. There was going to be no MMA fight because he was going to destroy Jumby's elbow. This was his plan, and it's just the whole proposal is stupid. Why are you doing a jiu-jitsu only match before the MMA match? All that does is give you a unique advantage. And even this domesticated crackhead agrees with me. Listen to what he says.
At it, whatever. Guess what? We can do that. An MMA fight, right? He's still gonna get taken down the same way.
In MMA, you can still submit and throw people on the ground.
Yes.
So exactly.
That's why
So you might as well just accept the MMA fight too.
Bro,
why not?
I did.
Oh, okay. Never
Are
mind.
you
He did.
listening with your ears?
Why you say
All I
it
said
like
is we got to do the jiu-jitsu match first.
So Brandon's just going through some things. I mean, wow, he's screaming. He's 40 years old, screaming about his black belt.
No time limit, submission only jiu-jitsu match. Then once honor is restored, we do MMA right after.
I don't
Bring
think he
your
does
shit.
meth.
Hey, point and shoot, you got this?
Listen, now he's talking about this point and shoot. Got it. I'm telling you, Adam, this is a clout chase. This is a clout chase.
So Brandon is a giant goof who looks like he needs dialysis. What? He looks like a fucking... Anyways, so yeah, so Brandon's career in telling people that he's good at stuff is over. It's completely over. And it's because of me and Jumby. This guy really, really made a fool out of Brandon. And I want to point out that I reached out to McDojo Life, the guy that calls out fake black belts and fake world champions. And I said, hey, I got a question for you. And he was very interested. And he looked into him, and he's just, I mean, no one really cares about a jiu-jitsu stolen valor anymore. That shit's kind of like 20 years ago. But McDojo Life does agree that the way that Brandon frames, the way that he words his accomplishments is that he's claiming to be a black belt world champion. And here you have McDojo Life, who reviewed the footage, completely agrees with me, okay? So that's, I mean, what are you going to say there? Someone from the community agrees with me. So that's pretty much going to do it for now. This was an old video that I just had to finish up because of legal problems. But I know this video is very late, but it's better late than never. And it's a Patreon video that may or may not be releasing on YouTube, or that bridge is going to, I mean, if Brandon makes a resurgence or something, then we may have to use some of this. But for now, I'd like you guys on Patreon to enjoy this video, and I'll see you on the next one.